Chelsa, what is your initial thought when you look at this matchup?
Yeah, looking at the injury report, it looks like the Bengals are actually the healthier team overall. And I know the big injury is Jamar Chase. And usually when you see a team lose their number one receiver, you think it probably spells trouble for their offense. But looking at this Bengals team, I feel like they're one of the few offenses in the NFL that has so many weapons that they probably can make up for it with other guys who are on the roster. Because yes, Jamar Chase is far and away the best receiver on their team, but you also have guys like Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and also Joe Mixon, who's pretty solid at catching passes as well. So I don't think that this Bengals offense is dead in the water just because Jamar Chase is not playing. But you brought this up earlier. The question is, can the offensive line keep this Browns defensive line off Joe Burrow? And that's been the question in just about every single Bengals game. But Joe Burrow is so good at his job that sometimes he can, find a way around it. He's even been scrambling for yards. I'm not ready to classify this Bengals offense as dead on arrival, especially against this Browns defense that's really bad against the run. I think that's probably the way to play this one. Joe Mixon over his rushing prop, because that's the way you take advantage of this Browns defense. They're not good against the run, and especially if you're missing Jamar Chase, I would imagine the game plan probably calls for more running of the football, but I don't know. I don't think I have a play on the side here.
I would lean Browns plus the 3.5, and I like it at 3.5 a lot more than I like it at 3, just because the Browns need this win. If they want to stay competitive at all in the division, and if they want to make the playoffs at all, they have to win this game. And I think it sets up well for them to do that. You're buying really low on the Browns. They've lost 4 straight. They're not this bad of a football team. And when you talk about Joe Burrow being protected, this is where I think the Browns can win the game, which is putting pressure on Joe Burrow and tightening up on their defense. You're right. The Browns have had all sorts of problems stopping the run on defense, but they got a lot better last time out against the Ravens. They have Myles Garrett back. They have Jadeveon Clowney, both back at the same time on that defensive line. And the Bengals have allowed 25 sacks this season. That is second most in the NFL. That is the one way you can beat Cincinnati. Tighten up on the ground. Make Joe Burrow try and beat you while he's under duress. I do think the Browns can get to Joe Burrow enough, pressure him enough in the pocket, and keep this thing close. Keep it within the number. I really believe that 3.5 is going to be key here. So I would lean Browns plus 3.5 would be my side. I'm going to go with the player prop as well, but that's what I see when I break down this game.